Brazilian President Lula da Silva reiterates proposal that Brazil can mediate a peaceful resolution to the war in Ukraine. Russia claims it has made more ground in Bakhmut, now controlling 3 of the city's 4 flanks. Evacuations continue for foreign nationals in Sudan, with America flying out top diplomats from the country. The UK, France and China will shortly do the same.
Budapest celebrates Earth Day with calls for a more cycling-friendly city.
Brazil is back. President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva made clear at the Brazil-Portugal summit in Lisbon. After his controversial comments saying that Kyiv shared the blame for the war in Ukraine, Lula says he knows what an invasion is and reiterated his proposal that Brazil can mediate a peaceful resolution to the war.
Eu nunca igualei os dois países porque eu sei o que é invasão, eu sei o que é integridade territorial. E todos nós achamos que a Rússia errou e já condenamos em toda a decisão da ONU. Mas eu acho que é preciso agora, a guerra já começou, é preciso agora parar a guerra. E para parar a guerra tem que ter alguém que converse.
Lula arrived in Portugal on Friday for a 5-day visit as he strives to improve foreign ties after Jair Bolsonaro's 4 years in office. He will continue his tour with a visit to Spain on Tuesday. Shelling continues in parts of Ukraine's eastern Donetsk. Moscow claims that its troops have seized 3 more districts in western Bakhmut. Kremlin forces have held 3 of the city's 4 flanks for weeks. Ukraine holds only the western flank. However, the head of the Russian mercenary group Wagner warned of Ukraine's reinforcement of anti-aircraft systems. For its part, Ukraine is preparing new brigades and units to regain the initiative on the front and asked allies for more military support. Deputy Foreign Minister Andriy Melnik called on them to pledge 1% of their GDP to supply weapons to Ukraine. In his nightly address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced new sanctions against hundreds of companies who he said invest and support Russian aggression. Evacuations of foreign nationals from Sudan are continuing this Sunday, amid a brief truce broken before it started, according to the army. The first to leave were 157 people repatriated by Saudi Arabia. The US military evacuated American diplomats and their families from the capital Khartoum by air, and British, French and Chinese nationals will follow suit. Evacuations occur as the conflict enters its 2nd week. People in Khartoum are still caught in the crossfires of fighting after more than a week of violence between the army and the Rapid Support Forces paramilitary group. At least 413 people have been killed and over 3,500 have been injured. Many citizens are left sheltered in terror inside their homes without electricity and water. Some have ventured out only to get urgent food supplies or to flee the city altogether.
Budapest was filled with the sound of jingling bells and clicking gears on Earth Day as 15,000 cyclists took to the streets of the Hungarian capital. The parade took them down the banks of the Danube. Their demand was to have a greener city with more bike-friendly urban spaces. The Budapest roads were designed with a focus on cars, and for decades bikers had difficulty getting around. But the mindset has changed in recent years, with successive mayors developing a network of cycle paths.
A földnapja még csak a kezdet. Mától nyár végéig minden hétvégén visszakapják a Dunai rakpartot a futók, a sétálók, a biciklisek és a babakocsisok. Siposegyi Zoltán, Euronews Budapest.